Hi, I'm Erika, comedian and host of SPACEStv. I just moved into a TriBeCa loft, but the only reason I was able to afford it is because it's falling apart. But the place has great phones, it has so much potential, and luckily I'm always down for a renovation makeover project, which is why we are going room by room with the help of my friends from SPACEStv and the design savvy that I picked up along the way, and turning this space from hot mess into a place I can call home. This is our kitchen, which, as you know from other episodes, we have the world's worst countertops ever. They're red, they're brassy, they're Formica. They go with absolutely nothing. They are terrible, and I thought that we were going to be stuck with them, but not for long, because I found this amazing product called iCoat, and it will take Formica or any other countertop surface and make it really amazing. So I can't wait to show you guys how you can do this in your own home if you live in a rental or just want to do a cheap renovation. This is honestly one of the coolest things I've discovered in a long time. I can't wait to get started. Let's do this. Owner, founder, amazing man, Tim Phelps. He came all the way from Arizona to show us how to do it. I'm psyched about it because essentially if you want to do renovation but you don't have a ton of money, or you live in a place that's a rental but you hate the countertop, like I do, basically you can take anything. Formica, is there anything that you can't treat?
No.
You can literally take anything and make it look incredible. So tell me about iCoat.
Well, what we're doing is it's a concrete-based product, and we go in 3 thin steps of concrete over the top, and then we color it and put an epoxy top coat on.
I'm excited. We're gonna go get our hands dirty. Stay tuned.
This is the concrete product that we use to resurface the countertops. It's a just add water only mix, and we're getting ready to do the edges. We're going to use 1 cup of water. The first step is we're going to take that corner that's round right now, and we're going to square that off and hide the fact that it's round. Once that starts to dry up, we're going to come in and we're going to add some more material to the edge like this, and then we're going to trowel it all out. That becomes our base to color on. And then we'll come back and add 2 more coats to the top as things dry. Okay, after the material dries up a little bit, we're going to come in and just clean it up a little bit so it looks nice and smooth.
Okay, so now our 2 layers have dried and our ends have dried.
Right, and now you're just going to take this stone, really lightly knock off the loose pieces, and then it will brush all the dust off, but really lightly just go ahead and do that on the countertop, and we'll be...
And for this, for those of you who don't have this at home, it's an acrylic rubbing stone. But honestly, who doesn't have one of those in their kitchen? I'm just standing here. I'm really actually offering no value whatsoever. I'm just standing here and nodding. Like I'm doing something.
The next step is we're putting on a primer on the concrete to prevent any outgassing or any dimpling or anything else in the epoxy. There's some materials in this that prevent water intrusion into it. It can also cause the surface tension of the epoxy to break.
Yeah, is there such a thing as too much?
Yeah, you want it on pretty thin. So just like everything else, it'll take a long time to dry. So what we're going to do now is we're going to mix the epoxy in this container for the top coat. And because it's a metal illusion epoxy, we're going to mix in the metal effect product, which is a white powder, and we're going to mix in the colorant, which today we're going to go with a stainless steel effect, so it's a Mistress Mercy product. And this is the B.
Before you do any of this, you have to warm the epoxy up. And if you're really gangster like us, you'll just put it in a bathtub.
That's if you're in New York. If you're in Arizona, just put it outside.
And the white powder
Put this down here because we do not need to make a bigger mess.
than we already have. Oh wow! Oh, that's so cool! It literally looks like silver.
Then I put this on with an applicator. You can use a brush, but this is a notched squeegee, so it makes it real easy to get the correct depth. Just pour some on there.
So after you lay the first coat of the epoxy on, Why are you smashing it with a brush?
Well, what I'm doing is adding some texture. As the epoxy starts to sink, it's a suspension of color and the metal effect powder. So what happens is it sinks down to the bottom, and what we're doing here is we're just pulling it up so you get that 3D effect. And because it's drying now, it'll stay suspended in there and look awesome.
I mean, it's already coming together so stunningly. I'm dying. Now for the most exciting part ever, we are now going to light it on fire.
What we're doing is using the heat and the CO2 and this flame to take the bubbles away from the epoxy and make it lay perfectly flat.
Boom. Hello, gorgeous.
Okay, so anyway, in the last 24 hours, we've managed to turn what was an old Formica countertop into a stunning, beautiful iCoat countertop. And we're all done, just a matter of cleaning up tomorrow. But we want you to know that our products are available. You can get us online at www.icoatproducts.com. We're on Facebook, we're on YouTube, and we've got contractors all over the country, and we've also got a distribution network that if you're looking to get trained yourself, that my distributors can train you. So if you've got any questions, look us up on the web, and we'll look forward to hearing from you. Thank you.
You've been watching It's Got Potential. We're going to have a new episode every week, so subscribe to Spaces and see the entire transformation of my hot mess apartment.